Hi, it's Essie here with a process video for the Love of Pretty Paper July Sketch Challenge. The sketch is designed for us by Laura Rumble. You saw that at the beginning there. And I've cut some hexagon masks, which I've drawn round, so I have a pretty good idea where they're going to be on my background. And I've chosen some gelatos that coordinate with the Cocoa Vanilla Studios Boys Rule collection. This is the collection I'm using for this layout, and I've chosen snow cone, kiwi and Earl Grey gelatos. I'm just scribbling those through the hexagon stencil there and smoothing them with my finger. I'm wiping my finger on a baby wipe in between just to moisten a little bit, to add a little bit of moisture to help blend the gelatos. You can blend them with water. I didn't want to do that on this layout because I didn't want to make the background paper too wet. But a little bit of baby wipe, or you could, put a little bit of water on your finger, just helps smooth those in a bit more. Adding the kiwi in, and you can see I've added the kiwi to a couple of the areas in with the snow cone as well to blend the colours, and just smoothing them in. And I'm going in with the Earl Grey in a minute as well. Adding a bit more kiwi just to smooth that in, blending the colours together to create my mixed media background where I'm going to add my layers. And there you can see I've done the Earl Grey, just finishing off. And now I'm going to add my masks back over the top so I can see if I want any more colour. And I'm adding a couple more patches of colour. I put an Earl Grey down there, and I think I do a snow cone up the top there as well. And once I've blended those, I move the stencil and you can see my background. Now I'm going to use my hexagon masks to cut the shapes out of the collection card. I've chosen 3 different patterns of cardstock from the collection, and I'm just cutting those shapes out. I struggled with hexagons. I didn't have anything to draw around, and I found that they're quite tricky to draw freehand. I've ended up with a couple of wonky hexagons there, but I'm just edging with Hickory Smoke Distress ink. I felt they needed something to help them pop off the background, just add a little bit of extra detail to the edges. There you go, there's that one, and the big one as well. Just adds that extra detail. And then I also add some stitching. I do 3 layers of quite messy stitching around the edge of each hexagon, and I do 2 rows of stitching around the big the paper background, and then I'm just sticking those down. I'm sticking them flat because I'm going to raise one of the photographs up, having a bit of trouble deciding which way around that one goes. There's my wonky hexagon. I don't think it mattered too much, to be honest. And then sticking that last one down the bottom there. So in Laura's sketch, she's actually cut a hexagon shaped photograph and then used one of the middle shape for the title and the smaller shape for an embellishment cluster, but I decided to use the shapes as background and add my photographs over the top. And I'm putting that second one on a foam pad to add some dimension. Now I've got my photos in place, I can start adding my embellishments, and I've got a chipboard title from the chipboard pack, and I'm digging out some ephemera, and I've got this clear sticker sheet and the other sticker sheet as well. Pulled that hexagon sticker off there, it kind of had to go on there really, didn't it? And the one called Kid, which is cute, popping some shapes out of popping the middle bits out of one of those stars, the die cut from the die cut pack. I wanted to bring in some brown because there's brown in the photograph and I haven't got that anywhere else on the page yet, so I wanted to add those stars to bring in that colour. These photographs are of my great nephew, who is now 12. I did another layout of him in another video, and I posted a photograph of the layout on Instagram, and he messaged and said, "Who's that?" Didn't recognise his baby photo. So if you're watching, this is you again. And I'm just there. I picked that hair. It needed a black embellishment up in that corner there to balance with the other two. It's formed that triangle where I can add my 3 main areas of embellishments. But I'm following the diagonal line with my embellishments as well that run through the diagonal that I started with the photographs. So just sticking those down now. I've decided they're my main elements that I want to add, and then just adding the stars around them. I'm going to layer that, or I have layered that hexagon sticker onto a piece of the navy cardstock. I didn't feel like it popped off the page enough and needed something behind it to make it stand out a bit more, so I just stuck it onto some of the navy, and then using my glue gel to stick those stars on. It just gives a bit of dimension, means I can move them around a bit as well if I am not completely happy with the placement. And then coming in with that brown and some of the other colours dotted around. You can see on the left hand side there I've got that sheet of blue stars which I pull out in a minute. They are Bella Boulevard puffy stickers, and I just add some of those in because I want to pick out the blue on his jeans. Just adds that extra colour to tie in with the photograph, so I just add 2 or 3 of those sprinkled across. And the finishing touch with some Nuvo drops. I'm adding some navy and some green. Love my Nuvo drops. If you've watched my other videos, you'll see I've used them before and I'm a big fan. And the only other thing I'm going to do is write his name in the label on the top there. Probably should have done that before the Nuvo drops so that I didn't drag my arm through them. But you live and learn. And I could have waited till they dried, but I'm far too impatient. I also stamped the date down in the bottom right hand corner, and then that's me done. I do hope you join us on For the Love of Pretty Paper Facebook page, and I hope to see you again here very soon. Thanks for watching.